So here we go, how to disappear and come back an absolute weapon. Now I wanted to start off by saying my name is Michalis Fotis and you've just found yourself the best community for founders, entrepreneurs, CEOs, people that actually care about getting towards their goals and are willing to put in all of the work required to do so. So welcome to the channel. But the first point of the video is actually the amount of people you'll hear say this. You'll hear so many different people you come across at school, you come across in your every single day life, whether you have a 9 to 5, whether you are still in education or anything else. The amount of people you'll hear say, I'm going to start that business, or now I'm going to start exercising, or I'm going to start reading, I'm going to start this self-improvement journey. The amount of people you'll hear say that will far exceed the amount of people that actually do it. And by watching this video, you're going to be one of the people that actually go ahead and do it, because there's so few. Trust me, there are so few people that actually do it for a long time. Yeah, maybe someone does it for a year. And I know everyone watching this is probably thinking, yeah, but a year's a really long time, isn't it? It's not at all. You need to keep putting in the work every single day, all of the time. I've been on this journey for a year and a half and I'm still pushing, I'm still going, I'm still trying to get better, still trying to build the community of the best founders, entrepreneurs, CEOs, people out there that actually care about getting towards their goals. So trust me, do the work, watch the video, and with due time, you'll get there. And so the first point is discipline over motivation plus hard work plus passion. That's the equation I talk about all the time on this channel, and it's super important because discipline over motivation is probably one of the most key elements to anyone's success. So if you're going to cut off all of your friends, you're going to cut off everyone you speak to, and you're going to disappear, the one thing you need to stick to all of the time, and I'm not just talking about one day here, then have a day off, then next day. No, you need to do it every single day without fail, is have discipline and put it over motivation, because there'll be days when you don't feel like doing work. There'll be days when maybe you've got a headache, maybe you're feeling a bit ill, but those are the days when you push through, and that's when it matters the most. And so by saying, oh, I feel a little bit ill, you're really just saying to yourself that you don't care enough about your goals to overcome the illness, or to send emails anyway, or to make videos anyway, right? And so that's the first thing, discipline over motivation. Then we have plus hard work, because if you're disciplined at something but you don't work hard at it and do it all the time, then what use is it? And so hard work is the second part of the equation. And then plus passion. I'm not talking about passion because you're super passionate about sending emails and you really care about what your headline is, your subject headline. No. Passion is in the passion for your goal. Passion for the why you're doing this. Because having a why is probably one of the strongest things, one of the best things you can do to achieve a certain goal, whether it's 100k a month, whether it's your first 10k per month, whether it's anything. Making sure you have a why, a reason you're doing things. Now this could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be something different. But no matter what, make sure you actually have a why, make sure you have a reason that you're doing this. Because like I said, there'll be so many people that start this. Maybe they do start with some intention, maybe not all of it, but they start with some intention of trying to get through to the end, trying to actually push through for a year, 2 years. But it's the people that have a why, it's the people that are going to do it no matter what. On the days they're tired, the days they're ill, the days they don't feel that well. Those are the days and those are the people that are going to succeed, because they're going to do it all of the time. You really have to understand, and it's something that is super crucial, that you do the work no matter what, because there'll be so many people out there, like I mentioned before, that say they're going to do the work, that tell everyone else about them doing the work, but they never actually do the work. And so that brings me on to point number 2. You're going to have to do it anyway. Do it tired, do it sad, do it happy, do it on your days away. Whatever your circumstances, whatever your situation is, make sure you fit in the time to actually do these things, because fitting in the time is probably one of the most common things I hear, but one of the most common things you might hear as well, that, oh, I don't have the time. Well, if you woke up 2 hours earlier, would you have the time? And the answer is yes. And so you can fit the time in, it's just, do you want it bad enough to fit that time in? And for most people the answer is no. But like I said, by the end of this video, and by being part of the community and actually having a passion, having a drive for what it is that you're doing, you're going to be one of the very few who do. Because trust me, there will be days when you don't feel like doing it. And you may be saying, no, that won't happen to me. I've really got a passion for this, and I'm really new to this and I can't wait to get started. you might be new to this and you might be really excited, but trust me, there will be days when you do not feel like doing it at all. And it's on those days that you think about this video, you think about anything to do with motivation and discipline and putting your discipline over that motivation, and you do it anyway. And like I said, trust me, those days will come. It's just whether it's sooner or later. And so finding success, and you see so many people online that tell you finding success is so easy. Trust me, it's not. It's never that simple. So many people portray it online as, you know, run a few ads, then you get to buy a supercar, then you can buy a penthouse, and you're sorted for life basically. But that's not the reality. That is not how it works. People portray that online because they want to sell you a course, because they want to show their lifestyle, so you get bought into them, and that way you buy their product or their course or anything they're trying to sell. But bear in mind that these people have probably been in the trenches working for at least 3 to 5 years. And so if you're not even 3 to 5 years in and you're expecting all of this massive success, and you know, you want the £1 million per year company, or you want the 10 million valuation, that's not realistic. You need to think about what it is you're doing. Set the foundations right. Set the foundations of what it is you're doing correctly. Now, when I talk about going out and disappearing and coming back an absolute weapon, it can be physically or it can be in terms of work. So if you're trying to develop your understanding of a certain topic, or you're trying to get better at something, you can also disappear and come back an absolute weapon at that. And the number one thing I'd recommend for doing that is reading and practicing, because you can read all the books you want, you can do all of the different activities that you want that the book tells you to do, but until you actually go out there and do the thing that you're trying to get better at, it doesn't matter. Because the only way you learn is by taking action. Taking action is probably one of the most important things when it comes to actually getting better at your goals. Because so many people speak about taking action, they tell everyone else about taking action. Maybe you're guilty of that yourself and you've never done it. But what I want you to do by the end of this video, or click off now if you have to, go out there and do one thing that you've been putting off. Make your first cold call. Do your first door knock and try and sell whatever it is you're trying to sell by the door knock. Or go out there and read the book. Right, so whatever it is you've been putting off, whatever it is you keep saying, yeah, tomorrow, or yeah, next week, I'll think about it. I want you to do it right now or after this video. It's up to you. But discipline, putting in the actions every single day, no matter what, is probably one of the biggest things you can do. But disappearing and coming back unrecognizable, by doing all of these hard things, by doing the emails or the, you know, loads and loads of reading, loads and loads of practice at a certain topic until you get really good at it. All of these things are good in developing your skills, but they also develop you as a person. And that's probably what you're looking for by watching this video. Maybe you want to become a better person. You want to become more level-headed, maybe you want to become more decision orientated. You want to make smarter decisions for your business, for yourself, for your family, for your future, anything like that. And so when you practice these hard things, you get to understand what the struggle and what the trenches are like when you're actually working, right? Because there are loads of entrepreneurs that speak about it, but how can you ever understand what it's like until you do it? And so by working all the time, by doing different things and experimenting with what's working, what's not working, and doing more of what's working and less of what's not working, right? Those are the ways that you actually get better, because when you do them loads and loads of times, you learn to have a lot more respect for other people that are doing the same. And something changes when you do that as well. You start to notice just that everywhere you go, you think of opportunities, you think of things that you would never have thought of before. So if you're trying to run an SEO agency, for example, you go to a cafe and you'll think, I bet if I rank the SEO better, or if we did this certain thing, they'd rank higher, and that would mean they get more customers. Maybe that's something like that. But you'll notice that everywhere you go, you start to think about these different things. If you really are focused in, if you're locked in on it and you're really honed in on the idea of trying to get better at this thing, and it consumes you, then you will see it everywhere you go. And it takes a lot of dedication, it takes a lot of effort. A lot of people won't believe you in the first place that you're going to achieve this goal. If you have told them, if you haven't told them, then obviously they don't know. But a lot of people will doubt you. There'll be a lot of people that say, you know, you're so weird, why are you staying up late just to send emails or just to send Instagram DMs? And those people will say those things, but it's because they've never done it before. And you can't blame them if it's family members. You can't say they're bad people. It's just because they've never experienced it. They've never had this goal. They've never had this drive that you have right now to go out and do this thing. So that's why it seems unrealistic to them. It seems unrealistic, and it seems a little bit weird if we're being completely honest, right? They'll think you're probably weird for sending loads of emails every single day. They'll think you're weird for staying up and doing late night cold calls or late night emails or DMs or anything to improve yourself, whether it is just reading, doing more exercise. But I talk more about business here because it is for founders, entrepreneurs, CEOs, and that's the kind of audience I'm looking to attract in this community that I'm building here. But staying true to the discipline, staying true to doing the work all of the time, making sure they're doing the right things, and that you cut out unnecessary distractions. If you watch 5 hours of Netflix every single night, ask yourself, is that the best use of your time? Probably not. So try and cut it down to a minimum, cut out the distractions, but most importantly, do the work and just stop telling everyone about it and actually do it, because everyone tells everyone about it. But what you need to do is be the exception, be the one who doesn't speak to anyone about it, who doesn't say anything, but you still do the work every single day. And you'll get judged for it. You'll get people who say they think it's weird, people will think it's cringy if you post videos online, anything like that. You've got to expect it to come your way. And if you let that put you off, then you don't want it bad enough, to be honest. And so think about what it is that you want, what it is you're trying to go for, and the steps it takes to get there. But disappear, come back a weapon, exercise, read, and work. Those are the three main things you need to do if you're looking to disappear and come back an absolute weapon. So with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. Remember to take it one step at a time, and I'll catch you in the next one.